We already know the war is going to happen.
All right, Anthony, what's your thoughts on
Uh, when
They
it comes,
waste their money on
yeah, it's just nothing
BS,
but
you know.
wasting money. But the problem is too is that a lot of people are being blindsided off of this war. Like we
it? There
really
you
are not
go.
paying attention to it, you know.
And a
And
lot of people do not pay attention because it's not affecting them per se, they
at
feel
the
like.
moment, it's
At that
not.
moment, it's not
But
perfect.
if we go to war, if you're the oldest of your family, you are the first to
They
be
are
called.
talking about drafting.
Until you get to that point, that's when you want to step up and open up your eyes. Don't wait too long. And when it comes to war, any second, anything goes, and that's what's scary about it.
And you never know how it would affect us and in what way. But as far as that, yeah, a lot of the firstborns of the families are going to be drafted for this war,
Right.
and this war is going to be, if you ask me, like World War III. It's going to be a World War
Well,
Three
it
kind of
already
war.
World War Three
So,
already
Girl,
kicked
it's
off
gonna be World War
well,
once
World War
Russia attacked the
Four,
Ukraine.
World War IV.
So
So
we're just getting in the middle of World War Three.
I don't know. I
I
mean,
just don't get how they stay coming
So
up with
troops,
money for war.
troops, get ready, get prepared out
but they
there,
don't have
troops.
money for nothing else.
Nothing to fix
You
our
don't have
streets,
money to
our
fix our streets, our
education, none of
educations. You don't have money for mental health programs, for these more jobs. You don't have money for anything else. But
Y'all sure got the money
billions
for
of
war.
dollars goes to the war. All this money, it's ridiculous.
And but that goes to play. That's on us too because we gotta really pay attention to who we quote unquote is putting in these offices.
Yeah, it's
Right,
true.
right.
So your vote matters, you guys.
That's
Vote
good. They
for.
might tell you it don't,
I mean,
but it
even
do.
though it
But
seems
for
like yes,
I
Because I know you guys are in scrutiny right
stay
now.
safe, troops.
Some of you are
Yes.
scared. Some of you want no
And a
parts
lot
with
of
war.
them, yeah. And I'm sad that you have to even do that. You know.
But you're gonna have to go eventually, people, because it's gonna happen.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So stay safe, be blessed.
Stay safe.
I'm sorry to say, but some of you are not gonna
And
come
thank you
home
for fighting.
alive.
Thank you for fighting for our country. It's
Well, you're not
so
fight,
messed
you're
up.
not fighting this war
And you're
for
not
our
even
country.
fighting for our country. You're
No.
fighting for someone else.
that's
Right.
so dumb.
That's what I don't understand about war is why do our country, our soldiers have to go fight for someone else? It has nothing to do with
Stay
it.
here and fight for the stuff that's messed up.
I
in
just
our
don't
own
understand. If
country.
that's the case, we could use these
No.
troops out here in these streets.
I'm gonna bring up another comment, and I'm not talking bad. I'm not being racist, but I want to talk about how the migrants are coming in and they're opening up high schools for them. Why didn't they open up the high schools for the homeless? You know what I'm saying? Why is it just for the migrants?
And that's
And,
stupid.
You're opening up
and
the
they're taking
schools.
our city, the
You're opening up
American
the
kids.
schools in a
They
neighborhood
are
where there's a
taking
lot of homeless.
And you know what's
It's,
crazy?
and they are taking it from the
You know what's
children
crazy?
that are
I
citizens.
I'm not saying I'm bad. Everybody has the right to
I
come here.
visited LA last
But when you
year,
come
right?
here and you're giving these people all this stuff, you're not doing nothing for the people here.
Exactly.
It is hard. It doesn't make
It's crazy
sense.
you brought that up because
Yeah.
I visited LA last year with a couple of my friends and stuff. We just are walking and we just see number tents all down this whole block. Number
There's
tents.
certain parts in Chicago that are showing on the
so
news that ain't nothing but
yeah,
tents.
it's
I just
number
took a
tents.
video about that
So
today.
I asked
Yep.
one of the
Yeah.
guys that was giving us a tour around the city and stuff. I say, why the city don't move all these tents to these homeless people? He say it's in our laws. If a homeless person set up a camp in front of your crib, there's nothing the city can do. In the city of Los Angeles, California, the world's number one of homelessness, like 60 or I think it's 60 or 70% of the world's homelessness come from Los Angeles. So you mean to tell me if I stay in LA, I can't walk out my front door because it's a whole family of homeless people in front of my crib and I can't do nothing?
And you wasting money. It's
Well, it's
expensive to
versus
live over there.
okay, and okay, well,
Well,
you're
I
saying
just feel like
that's
I'm
going
saying-
on in
I'm
Los
saying that-
Angeles,
But no, I'm saying that to say that we got money to help fund everything else, but y'all
but not the
can't,
homeless.
can't help Los
But-
Angeles and their homelessness.
Yeah, and it's the same way here in Chicago.
Yes,
I was
it
on
is.
a bus.
Yeah, like
But-
that's
And I
crazy.
went past Tent City, and and it's so very sad. I went past Tent City, and I looked at it, and I was like, wow, they still have these people out here years and years and years, but all of this money that they're getting, I'm getting tickets. I have to pay these unwarranted
Exactly. We
tickets that I
pay
have
all
to
these taxes
contest.
for what?
I have to contest tickets. You have speed cameras everywhere. You're putting money into what you want to put in.
What
You're
would these speed
you're
cameras
fixing
for?
streets that
Red
don't
light
need
cameras
fixing. But the
Exactly.
holes ain't the real holes on the streets not getting fixed. It's tearing up our cars. And yet it's still no money going towards the homeless or no nothing towards what we need in America.
Right.
And who is to blame but our
People in
political
office. Yeah.
people in office?
I'm sorry to say, but
It's sad.
if Trump was in office, this war should
I
have
would
never
rather,
happened.
I'd rather him be back in office.
I,
So
I
why?
think the war wouldn't have happened if Trump was in office. I do agree that with that because he was trying to make kind of like
I might not
keep
like
the
him as a
school.
man.
Or
Right.
respect some of his
Yeah,
words and
but
choices.
I
Right.
respect that man, businessman, because when he was in office, he created a lot of opportunities for people to start their own business and stuff.
He did.
You know what's the sad part about it though, and a lot of people won't admit it, that when it comes to Trump, he is the definition of what America stands for. He's a bully.
He
He says he
is.
doesn't
Yeah.
care what he says. He definitely don't give two flying fucks about anything else, but what's right for his country.
That is
And
true.
sorry to say, but like Biden, he can't please the whole world.
Yeah,
What are
that's
you
true.
doing? Like, take care of us first. Take care of what you've been trying to do. You're a Democrat that's supposed to be for the people. So worry about the people first. Don't be a Republican. Worry about everybody else's stuff, and then not be doing it in a positive way. You're just being negative, in my opinion. But I just hope that we be smart on the next president. But I just feel like Trump could have a great possibility of winning, unfortunately, because he is who we need. We need somebody
Right.
that's just hard and that ain't gonna take
He
nothing.
gonna
Yeah.
bully my back.
I mean,
And that's true.
Biden's under scrutiny right now, doing all his spots getting rated for classified documents, just like Trump is. So,
I mean, they
Well-
all gonna be getting under scrutiny for classified documents.
Right.
See, like it took 2 seconds. They asked Biden, "What did you think about the China aircraft or the balloon getting shut down?" He goes, "Well, I ordered it." No, that was it. So if I was Trump, would have been like, "I shoot it down. You come back again. We're gonna start a
Exactly,
war."
gonna do it
And that's
again.
the difference. You put your
Right.
foot down. Don't say, "I ordered them to shoot it down." Okay, that's what you're supposed to do. That's a given.
but does anybody?
Gotta get them
But that's why these countries are looking at America like we're nothing. And we're a joke to them.
We
And
are.
that's why they feel like they can do what they want to do. And,
That's why
and,
they
and
do
hence
do
why
what
we
they
I
have
mean, the Ukraine spent
hence,
this out of $46 billion, $43 billion.
They
yeah,
got us out of all that money.
Yeah, they got us
Yeah.
out all that money
all that money to fight their war.
for a war they're not going to win.
To fight their war. But we're $1 trillion in debt.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It don't make no sense. All right, let's get on to something else. We are going to talk about L. Kelly seeks a new trial, claims Jane lied about seeking restitution sometimes. And Naomi, you said you wanted to do this
If
story.
y'all gonna let Uncle
Free
Phil-
Kelly, you
if y'all
guys.
gonna
Free
let
R.
Uncle
Kelly.
Phil's out, just let him out so my man can
Yes.
make some more music. That's
Yes,
all.
just free the man.
Let my man
Celebrate.
I don't care what nobody say. That man is a genius when it comes to the music side.
Yes, yes.
I love
It's
R&B.
straight genius.
All right,
Yes.
Naomi, go ahead. Take the story. Take
Free R. Kelly, you guys.
Free my Uncle Kells.
And as we go, the Chicago Sun-Times reports that the defamed R&B singer R. Kelly is now seeking a new trial, claiming that the key eyewitness Jane, quote unquote, lied about her plans to seek restitution. According to the Times, Kelly's attorney Jennifer Bonjean claimed that Jane hired experts to help her seek $13 million in restitution from the singer when she said on the stand that she was unsure about her plans. Now, the motion filed by Kelly's attorney Saturday claims that he is owed a new trial because his rights were violated from Jane's lack of transparency and because prosecutors did not correct her on the stand. The Times reported the new trial filing claims Jane sought assistance to put together a restitution package on her behalf with documents that included an invoice from her attorney. Kelly was convicted on 6 of the 13 counts brought against him in July 2019. But the federal jury's decision to convict came 14 years after another jury impaneled at the Cook County Criminal Courts building acquitted Kelly of child pornography charges. That case stemmed from a VHS tape that proposed to show Kelly engaging in sex acts with Jane, his then 14-year-old goddaughter. Cook County State's Attorney Kim Fox dropped state charges against Kelly January 31st, citing the likelihood that he would be serving lengthy prison terms on the dual convictions, you guys. You guys, once again, I say free R. Kelly because it's this Jane that they were talking about.
I
Yeah,
told
she
you,
lied
look,
about seeking
it's
restitution.
like I said before, they had it because all the people testified and therefore they had enough proof together. But I told you before, just because he was charged, don't mean he actually done it. Now you see why, because there was
Right, but they're saying that he was on a VHS
Right.
tape with her, you know. Um, that being said, you know, that's here and
But
there.
now this lady is.
We're talking, how did
Right.
she get there? That 14-year-old child shouldn't have been there in the first place if that's the case.
Well, no, you know.
You know, I blame the parents. I blame everyone else around it.
All right, let's go to the other story that you wanted to do. And when he fights backstage at
Yes, you guys, the Grammys, they were going down at the Grammys. This
That
year
wasn't true.
Grammys, wasn't true?
No.
Grammys. So what really happened? Because we got the story
So
right here. from
what
TMZ.
really happened? Because
they
TMZ
gonna
said-
say whatever they want, but Offset and them just was on live saying they didn't fight. What do they look like fighting?
True.
All right, let's get into the story real quick.
Well, there's clearly still serious bad blood between Migos rappers. Now, guys, let me get this straight. TMZ reported this. Not everything you can believe when it comes to
Exactly.
social media. You do have to find the truth.
Right.
And a lot of people, it goes off social media and they go, whatever, that's what that's the story. Okay, that's not always the case. But there clearly still seriously bad blood between Migos rappers Quavo and Offset following the death of Takeoff. And those emotions boiled over backstage at the Grammys into a physical fight. Sources at the show tell us, and people do be lying, tell us Quavo, before Quavo took the stage to perform his song Without You, which I seen, that was a great song, as a tribute to
That song made me
Takeoff.
cry.
It did. That song was so sad.
And they
Do-
snapped because they added what's the name song to the Wiz Khalifa. When
Oh
I See
yeah,
You Again.
yeah. When I see you again, yeah.
Rockstar.
They,
Boom,
it was
like
really,
that.
it was really good. Rest in peace to Takeoff, you guys. That was a death that should not have happened. But sources at the show did tell so-called TMZ that before Quavo took the stage to perform his song Without You, as a tribute to Takeoff during the in memoriam segment of the show, he and Offset got into a physical fight and had to be pulled apart. And here you would say to yourself, why would they fight? As for what led to it, we're told the Grammys had asked Offset to be a part of the tribute, but Quavo refused to let him take part. We've also told that Quavo blocked Offset from joining him on the stage, leading to the melee. You know that.
After Grammys.
Our
anyway.
Offset sources say it was Quavo who started the fight. You guys, I really don't.
After Grammys.
I don't believe that.
They ain't let my man Chris Brown there, or they ain't get my man his.
Yeah, the
reward.
Grammys
Stop
is
playing with Chris
really
Brown,
going
man.
down. It says we should know Quavo and Takeoff were extremely close at the time of Takeoff's murder. Once again, rest in peace to Takeoff. Offset was still hanging out with Takeoff separately, but the trio wasn't hanging out as a unit. They did break up. Nonetheless, people watching Sunday Night Show were disappointed to see it was clear that there had not been a reconciliation between Quavo and Offset since Takeoff's death.
They'll be some-
Now, let me tell you something. If that is true, you know, between them, if that is true, I'm sorry that the guys had to go through that, because that's an emotional trauma that they have been through with Takeoff being gone. You know, but I don't believe in social media and everything that they say. And I also don't believe that Quavo, I mean, don't get me wrong, that's his song and that was his tribute song. It had nothing to do with Offset. But, you know, he could have been on the stage with him, you know. And even though
After
the
Grammys.
group was broken up at the time that Takeoff, even though at the time that Takeoff did pass away, the group was broken up. It's being said they should have got together for this tribute to him. So, shame on them if they
While we
did do
is
that.
on the
But
Grammys though, big shout out to Viola Davis. She found
yeah, shout out to Viola Davis.
A Grammy, a Oscar, and a Tony Award.
Here,
She's
oh,
out there.
LL Cool J favorite
She
Busta
out there.
Rhymes.
And big
They
shout
rapped
out to
along
Beyonce.
backstage.
She won the most Grammys.
Bree.
At
Of course,
32.
Beyonce won the most Grammys.
At
Anthony, don't worry, we'll get
32.
you reading the story.
Of
too.
course, Queen Bee won. Okay.
All right, Bree, I need you to come over there and take the reins on
What
this.
story is? Oh,
Driver
Lord.
hip-hop.
Flavor Flav.
Buster.
Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav.
Boy, we switch places for a minute.
This man, Flavor Flav.
Right.
That man used to be so.
They
funny
brought
with his
all
rap
the
clock.
old school stars out, you
Lil
guys.
Self, his
From
Lil
Busta
Self with that
Rhymes, Split Star, Run DMC,
Yeah, everybody was there
like
for the
Too
50th
Short,
anniversary.
LL Cool J.
That was
Hey,
nice. That was the only reason why I really watched the Grammys, just to see that.
yeah.
But it's- I promise you, I don't mess with the Grammys. They be cheating people. It say the Grammys Hip Hop Tribute to celebrate the culture's 50th anniversary stole a show, and even had some legends nodding their head and rapping along while waiting in the wings backstage. TMZ Hip Hop obtained this video of LL Cool J rapping out to Too Short's Blow the Whistle. In the locks, we gon' make it. In between takes of his own, I can't live without my radio.
Hey.
Busta Rhymes, Split Star, Run DMC, and Flavor Flav all performed their own classic tunes too, and also couldn't contain their excitement while waiting to get on stage for the grand finale, where all of the stars came out at the same time. This upcoming August will mark 50 years since DJ Kool Herc birthed hip hop with a party in the Bronx. If the Grammys put the anniversary spotlight on a ton of famous faces, Black Thought of the Roots, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, DJ Jazzy Jeff, Salt and Pepper, Rakim, Chuck D, and Flav for Public Enemy. What's his name? Potamus for De La Soul, Scarface,
Yeah.
Ice-T, Queen Latifah, Method Man from Wu-Tang Clan, Big Boy
Yeah.
from Outkast, Missy Elliott, Nelly, DJ
Yes.
Drama,
Came
Lil
out with
Yes.
old
Baby,
school stuff
Glow
yesterday.
Riddle,
Yeah.
and Lil Uzi with his new Philly Eagles anthem, all contribute to the performance. A montage backdrop of dozens of rappers ranging from Ice Cube to Special Ed, Bone Thugs to Tony Loc were also placed on the screen backstage as LL pre-warned the audience that there was no logic way that they could include every artist in the segment.
Well, happy
That
Black
was
History
dope, though.
Month.
Bro.
They put everybody
Happy
on
Black
there.
History
That was
Month.
that's what made rap. You know what I'm saying?
That did make
It wouldn't be
rap. That was a live
Glorilla's and Lil Durks
Oh, my
if it
mama.
weren't
That made
for
rap.
if it weren't for Curtis Blow and everybody else. You see what I'm saying?
Run
It
DMC.
wouldn't be none of these. It would not be none of these people. Yes,
You
your
know
music,
it.
your
Yes,
station.
sir. WindyCityUnderground.com, your music station coming to you live from the Illinois Music School
Downtown Chicago.
I'm your host, Sean V.
Bree.
I'm my
Yes,
three
gang,
co-stars.
gang.
We got Naomi, the Jamaican Blazing. We got
Yes,
Breezy.
yes,
And we
you
got our
guys.
new man on board, Anthony.
Yes, yes.
Yep.
Say, Mama, we made it! Bree, I was on it, Bree.
All right, right now it is 12:45 p.m. It's about 40 degrees outside,
Yes,
and that's your time and weather.
yes. There you go, you
Right.
guys. There you
Real
go.
quick. All right, we got 747 million Powerball jackpot up to 9th largest as drawn nears. I should be buying lottery tickets right now.
Chicago and Illinois ain't gonna win.
Des Moines, Iowa is 747 million Powerball jackpot will be up for grabs Monday night for players willing to risk $2 against the long odds of winning the big prize. No one has won the jackpot since November 19, 2022, allowing the prize to grow larger with each of the game's three-week draws, and now stands as the 9th largest in the U.S. history. The game,
Absolutely.
absolute odds of one in the 292.2 million are designed to build big prizes that draw more players. That strategy certainly has worked recently as someone who won a 135 billion mega billion. I think I remember that prize in January, and a California player hit a record of 204 billion Powerball jackpot last November. No one has claimed either of those prizes. What? Nobody claimed those prizes.
Wow.
700 million. Maybe the person
That's
died.
great, too.
for grabs. The
Right.
700 is for winners who opt for an annuity paid over 29 years. High interest rates have allowed you got to pay the government 30% of it. You can take it all up some, but you got to give them
Man,
30%.
it's still rigged.
It is
To increase
rigged, you
compared with earlier
guys.
jackpots when rates were lower, most winners prefer cash. Yeah, which for Monday night's drum would be about 403.1 million. Powerball is played in 45 states as well as Washington D.C., Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Good. Anybody gonna put money down on the Powerball ticket?
You know
No,
what?
I'm
I
for
wanted to
mine.
put
It's
$2
rigged.
on her. I mean,
You should put $2
yeah,
on
with
it. You
that.
never know, you might win.
Wait, do you play? See, I'm confused. So, is they say two to put $2 on a box straight,
You can just go.
or
You know what you do. You can
because
just
it
go.
don't have to be all the
No,
numbers that you get right,
you could
right?
just tell them you want. You just
Yeah,
tell
it
them
doesn't
that
matter
you
the
want.
order.
You tell me you want a quick pick on the Powerball. You can tell them to do a quick pick.
Yeah, but straight or what's that box?
And I guarantee that most people win it on quick picks. Most people don't win it when they pick them.
Man, all that stuff is rigged.
Let me see this one right here. What? Because you need to.
Oh yeah, teen girl 13 reported missing from Southside.
13-year-old young
Anthony.
lady, you guys, is reported missing.
Ah, man.
13-year-old Zavanta McBride, you guys. And this is a PSA for anybody that might know any information on Windy City Underground. Please
speak
give a,
up.
please speak up and call someone. This baby has been missing for the last month from where she was last seen in the city's Burnside neighborhood. She is described as being 4 feet and 11 inches, weighing at least 110 pounds with black hair and brown eyes. She was reportedly last seen near the 500 block of East 92nd Street on the 4th of January. Police say she left a phone message on January 12th, and she is also said to have frequented the areas of Tully Park and Ivy Park homes. Police say to contact you guys, please contact Area 2 SVU if located or seen. Once again, this is 13-year-old Zavanta McBride. 13-year-old Zavanta McBride, who has been missing for the past month out of the city south side Chicago. Okay, you guys. So if you see this baby, please say something, you guys. Let someone know if you know anything, please. It's sad that so many children are wind up missing and never being found. And what I'm not understanding, if she's been missing since January 4th, how did she leave a phone message on January 12th? And who is she with and what's going on, you guys? And little baby, if you ran away, please come back home. You are being looked for. People do want you, baby. So please, you guys, it is sad when I hear what these kids missing.
Okay,
It's
Anthony,
very sad.
what's your thought on the violence and the kidnapping that's going around the city?
It it hurt. It kind of is, and it kind of hurts. But the problem and the dark secret to all this is that when we really think about why kids are missing, there's a lot of sick people in this world, and a lot of people don't want to admit it. And honestly, a lot of people get turned on, even celebrities, even the last people you think about like kids for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Look what happened. Look what happened in the show business back then with all the molestation and taking advantage.
And yeah, you look at that, and when you look at that, it's really sad that a lot of older people in the TV industry and in the music industry was so perverted. They were so perverted and touching these
I mean, look at all
children.
the stories these
for
actors made.
Like, I am so shocked how many people have came forward with so many allegations and so many stories of being touched on and molestation, and from the most popular names.
Literally.
I mean, not to put anyone. Harvey Weinstein, a lot of people.
And there's an island.
Yeah.
We have an island. Where you think they got those kids from? Why do you think there's
Yeah.
so many kids missing? This is really a thing, and the unfortunate part is they catch them.
I don't know if they're taking them
No.
for body parts, organ body parts, or they taking them to molest them and kill them. I mean, it's
And we have
really
killers.
sad.
It's
And
just
a
so
lot
many
of these
things.
children also,
There you go.
some children too run away a lot. And yes, human trafficking is real, you guys. My daughter was a victim of that. Human trafficking is real.
Sorry about that.
It is real, and it's no joke. You need to watch out for your children. Watch out for these people out here. You know, not everyone is safe. It's the ones closest to you. It's people that, and also they make apps so that you guys, it's apps out, and also where
For
you can
GPS,
find
yeah.
who's the predator in your neighborhood. That is very well, you know, a good thing to use to find out who's that predator in your neighborhood, who's been on the what's that called, the list of molesters or rapists. Look on that list and check
Sexual
your
assault.
check your neighborhoods and check on that people.
It's
So
bad, and man, y'all just gotta pay attention to the signs. If y'all on
Yeah.
TikTok, they show a lot of different ways that people is trying to get you into human trafficking. Pay attention. If it's a white powder on your car, immediately call the police.
yeah,
Right.
There's different things you could press on your phone that alert the police, and you can let them know. Like, it's so many different ways you can protect yourself. I mean,
Yes,
y'all just
it
gotta
is.
really pay attention, man.
It's paying
It's
attention
human
and it's that gut
trafficking is
feeling
real.
though. You gotta have a gut feeling. You
Yeah.
have to have knowledge of
Pay
yourself to
attention
know that you don't feel safe.
intuition.
yeah.
Right.
You know,
And it's also
you
what
know
we
when
always
you-
say, and my sister always said, to be aware is to be alive.
You gotta
If
pay
you
attention.
are aware of your surroundings and aware of everyone, and aware, and you're looking, you on your piece of cues. Like I was on a train today, and I'm looking, I'm paying attention.
Right.
I had to wait. I missed the train. I'm sitting up here. Okay, make sure my purse is closed. Make sure I hear somebody screaming. I look. You're not always in your phones.
right.
When you're just sitting up here, headphones in your ear, you just up, okay, willy nilly. You have to pay attention.
Yeah, you can't have your phone completely blowing
You
up
have to
with,
be safe.
with all that volume and stuff, and then not knowing what's
Yeah.
going on around you. The conductor could have told you we ain't going
Yeah.
nowhere, and you don't even know nothing.
Yeah.
You can't be on your phone constantly. People
don't
walking
know
around
what
across the
stop
street
you-
looking at your
yeah.
phone, and the car might not want to stop. And
Yes.
that's not your fault. But the thing is, you control your life. You control every step that you walk. You control your voice.
Yeah, it's
You
true.
control it. You have the opinion to this. And honestly, if you feel like somebody's freaking stalking you or following you, then turn around and do something about it.
Yeah.
Don't wait until it's too late when you really don't have a chance. I have seen it and been a part and experienced it too. I had people follow me at the most random times. It doesn't even matter if it's in the night. They do this in broad daylight.
And that's why
what's
you have to
sad.
be aware, because
really do.
it's people out there doing these things. People are lurking. People are on board stuff. You never know what is into.
When people have free time, that's the problem.
Yeah.
When people have it and people have resources and people have money,
Oh, I'm sorry.
those are the people that sometimes you do need to look at when they have too much free time. What are you doing with your free time that nobody knows about? Those sometimes it could be your neighbor that never leaves the house, and the one time he leaves is
Oh, yes.
one time he
Talk
leaves
about
is
it.
only in the middle of the night.
Talk
You never
about it.
know. You really got to pay attention to your surroundings.
Yeah.
And like people say, but the one thing that we all need to realize is that it's not being nosy and it's not being snooping around, but sometimes you just really need to think about who
gotta
you
be
living next to
aware.
you.
Oh,
Make
yeah,
sure
you
gotta
have to be aware of that.
What
Yeah.
situation you putting yourself in.
No matter where
And
you
when
go
you-
around this city, no matter where you go, you have to have eyes in the back here.
And when you feel uncomfortable,
Or you're on a train,
go
on the
with that
bus,
gut
walking down the
feeling. Most of
street.
the time, you're right.
Right.
Go with that gut feeling. When you're feeling uncomfortable or something, because when you're on your P's and Q's, you could feel people's energy a mile away. I could look at you and say, you ain't right. I don't know.
Right.
I'm watching you. You
I mean,
can
how
also
many
look.
times when you're on a train you get a bad vibe from somebody?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, plenty of times.
There's always that one or
Exactly.
two,
Yeah, it's always that one or two. You ain't lying.
Right.
especially the ones that
Yeah.
are moving from cart to cart. The
Yeah,
ones that
I
are
watch
moving
those
constantly.
too.
There's
I'll
those
just
gotta
get off
watch
the train
those
and
too.
I'll just get off the train and wait for another
the
one.
next one.
Yeah, there's only
Yeah.
a few minutes before the next one comes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you ride the orange line like I do.
Yeah,
Uh,
I take one too.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only line we all know we don't want to take is the red.
Yeah, the
You
red
mean
line.
the criminal
no,
train?
no,
I call it
no.
the criminal train.
That is the
I'm so
scariest.
fortunate.
I used to ride it. Thank God that I don't have to.
I was
Yeah.
gonna make a rap about it. Called
I used to
the
have
red
to
line,
take
the
that
criminal
red- take
train,
the red
criminal
line.
train. Take a ride on the red line, get a chance to get robbed, stabbed, and shot. The criminal
Stupid.
train.
That's-
I used to
sad.
ride
That
it.
is a song. That is the truth,
I
though.
used to ride it late. I used to work at Dave and Buster's, and I used to work the night shift. So the red line really the only train that really runs all night.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
No,
the
that's
thing
not the
about
train
it
that
is
runs
the
on
red
the
line is
blue
the only
line.
one.
The blue line runs
The blue line runs
The
all
orange
night.
line runs all night
Yeah.
now too.
Yeah, but going
Yeah.
north.
Going north and going back south,
Right.
red line was the only train that runs all night going
Yeah.
back south.
That's the sad part.
That's
That-
the side part.
Yeah.
And it's usually like at 11 on a Friday or
the
Saturday.
green line
You
one's
can't even stay
24/7.
here and party.
No, when I was working at Dave and Buster's,
Baby, I would be on the
green line
buses.
stopped at midnight. midnight.
Not no more.
Yeah, that's not no
Yeah.
more. This was back.
No,
in
it closed. It
This
stops
is
at 1 because I
2017,
lost my wallet
2018.
on the Green Line.
This
And
is
I
back in
couldn't.
2018. The Green Line used to
Right.
stop at midnight.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
midnight.
Yeah.
I used to have to catch the red line home.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into this story. A 66-year-old charged after allegedly stabbing a man on the CTA train. A man has been charged and found stabbing on a CTA train early Sunday morning. Jay Brown, 66, is facing a charge of aggravated battery after being arrested just before 5 a.m. near the 700 block of South Austin. Missouri police allege he stabbed a 47-year-old man while inside a Blue Line train. The man was transported to a local hospital in serious condition.
Wow. See, once again,
Well, at least nobody died.
you have to be safe. But he's on the Blue Line.
Right.
He's a 66-year-old man, and you telling me he's unsafe riding because some fool is on there?
And he tried to stab him.
Like,
The
what the
man
heck?
tried to stab the other guy.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And what is this 13 and 15-year-old boys?
Let's get into it.
Look, these 13 and 15-year-old boys, you
Garfield
guys,
Park, that's
are
pretty much-
charged in the West Side carjacking. They were charged for forcefully, hence why I be careful. My mom always say be careful. Lock your doors when you get inside your car. The first thing you should do is make sure your doors is locked. Because you never know who's going to pull up on the side of you.
Right.
Two boys, 13 and 15, were charged for forcibly taking a woman's vehicle in Garfield Park Saturday night. Police reported that the boys will face one count of aggravated vehicular hijacking. According to the police, the two teenagers were identified by the police Saturday night as the individuals responsible for hijacking a 39-year-old woman's car at gunpoint in the 4500 block of West West End Avenue around 6:30 p.m. The boys were placed into custody and charged accordingly, and there is no additional information at this time. You guys, once again, hence is the reason why you have to be safe, you guys. I mean, these children are 13 and 15, and they got guns.
Yeah.
They done pulled up with a pistol, okay, carjacking a 39-year-old woman at 6:30 in the evening time.
Right.
Thank God that they were caught, okay? But here's being said, that's why you have to watch out. It don't matter how old they is, kids. These is 13 and 15-year-old boys. Miss Erin Joy in the building. Hey, hey, hey.
That's
OG.
right, OG's Real Talk.
What's up?
What's going down? It's your girl Erin Joy once again sliding in with the OGs Real
That's
Talk here
right,
at
baby.
Windy
Number
City
one.
Underground.com. Make sure y'all go to 312musicawards.com, 312musicawards.com. Make sure you vote for Windy City Underground Live. And we got here,
Yes.
we got your girl with the #1 show.
Yes, you gang gang, you already know. Yay, Erin
Hey,
Joy.
All right. That was Erin Joy, everybody.
That was Erin Joy, you
Shout out to always
guys.
does.
That is
I
Erin.
love her.
Yes,
Boy,
yes.
gives me energy every time.
Yes, I love my Erin Joy, you guys. And this is Windy City Underground.com.
This is WindyCityUnderground.com.
your musical station, you guys, coming to you live.
Downtown Chicago. I'm your Sean V.
And I
these are
am
my
Sunshine
three co-stars,
Jamaican Blazing
Naomi,
Chocolate.
Anthony.
And Anthony,
Mama made it.
Anthony, if you don't like Anthony, give us a name that you like to use.
Mr. Analytics.
Mr. Analytics.
Okay.
Mr.
Okay,
Analytics
Mr.
right here.
Analytics, tell them.
Feel like-
This is
I feel
Mr.
that. I like that,
Analytics, you
man.
guys.
I like that name. You know what I mean?
Yes. What's going on, you guys? It's so much going on, you guys. Once again, I always say stay prayed up.
You
Stay
know-
prayed up.
You know, it's one thing that is catching my eye a little bit lately. A lot of shows, a lot of movies have this whole zombie apocalypse. Like, it's starting to come up more and more lately. Is that like a sign, maybe?
Talk about it.
Yeah,
I
talk
don't
about
know.
it.
Like, I don't know. Like, sometimes, like, if everyone talks about climate changes and everything, and after watching this new show, this is All of Us. There's one thing that really caught my eye was that if the climate changes and our whole atmosphere gets really, really hot, we are like putting ourselves vulnerable to get a disease
I'm wondering
or a
how
bacteria.
the hell that you can call climate change when Mother Nature is Mother Nature.
Have you noticed?
If it's gonna rain, it's gonna rain. If it's gonna snow, it's gonna snow. If it's gonna be cold, it's gonna
Who
be
knows?
cold.
Maybe
But how
technology
can you
has a way to
control?
control some of this. Maybe
You
there
can't
is.
control what Mother Earth is gonna do. You
The
can't
thing
control
we can't
earthquakes.
control
We
it.
can't control God's weather,
You
right?
can't control hurricanes. You can't control none of that. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
But if you notice when
Yeah, I
you
know a
speak
lot
on
of
those
this stuff
zombie
ain't
things, have you
man-made,
noticed
right?
that it's like COVID, right? It's like when COVID came out. Them zombie things, also, it's always got to do with the government putting out some kind of weird testing, and they test it on the citizens,
Yeah.
Exactly.
and that's how you get the zombies.
Yeah.
I noticed that in every show, that's what happens, you guys. Every show, that is what happens. From The Walking Dead on down to Z Nation on down to I love zombie movies, but that
My favorite
also
one was The
happens.
Walking Dead.
Yes, that was my favorite one, but that had to do with the government, and they
Right.
always try to go back to the government with the U.S. Army and what the heck is going on. It always have to do like that. Yeah. So if anything like that happens, I just want you to know, blame your government.
Yeah, definitely.
If
I
you
already
see a
know.
zombie, well,
I already
it's
blame
to
the
me,
government
The
for
Walking
it.
Dead is around plenty. There's a lot of Walking Dead.
That's what I'm saying.
It probably is an island right now. That
You
is a
know
Walking
what? We
Dead.
don't even know.
Yeah, hey, they were talking about this on WGN News this morning about this fungus that's supposed to be out. And
See, look,
you know,
every year it's a new
Scientists
disease.
fear-
See, you just
look,
Every
scientists fear valley fever
always
may be
something.
on the rise on the move in the U.S. Health officials are concerned that the climate change is leading to an increase of valley fever, a fungal infection commonly found in the Southwest. I mean, Chicago, Illinois.
No, they lying.
a fungal infection.
There's
See-
no need to worry about the last of us coming to life anytime soon, but the threat
Another
from the
zombie
fungal
movie.
infections is a real one. Valley fever is also known as what?
Coccidioidomycosis.
Yeah,
Every year it's a new
coccidioidomycosis is caused by the
disease that's supposed
fungus.
to take us out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
I can't even say that word. How do you say it again?
Ain't no point.
Coccidiodide. Coccidioides.
Spur,
Spores from the
spores
fungus.
from the fungus can be found on the ground or
Uprooted by things like
like
construction,
ocean
work,
work,
human
human
activity.
activity, or wind.
Yeah.
So if you go out there and get a wind, you can get this disease, is what they're saying.
Yeah, it's just in the
Every
atmosphere.
year it's a new disease.
This is a
Remember how
disease-
monkeypox came and left? Remember it was talk about the monkeypox. I was looking for that. Like, it's so
Like
many.
This is
Yeah,
a
with the
disease we've
swine
been
flu.
tracking for a long
right,
time.
swine flu,
H1N1.
H1N1.
Let me
Yep.
finish. Let me finish. This is a disease we've been tracking for a long time, and actually, the fungus that causes it was part of the offensive
Bio warfare program
biowarfare. Yeah,
that they
It was
plan
by
on just
several
like
countries.
COVID. Like
Mhm.
I said,
Dr.
it's
Alan Marty,
chemical
infectious
warfare.
disease specialist
Then they'll
and
drop it in
professor
the
at
air.
Florida
You can't control
International
it.
University,
Yeah.
told WGN Radio.
Yeah.
Concluded strives in the warm, dry environments, which is why it's predominantly found in the desert regions of the Southwest. But changing temperatures and shifting drought mean the fungus is moving beyond that area. Some scientists are predicting that it could be found as far north as the Canadian border by the end of the century. Yeah, they said that this morning in the news. Rural Americans aren't included in the inflation figures. Cost of living may be risen faster.
That's another story.
People can develop valley fever after inhaling from the dirt. Damn.
Dang.
And it's all
You
in-
inhale it from the dirt and get sick. Like, what the? But you know what, you guys? If you don't believe in the Bible, I'm going to keep saying I do. These are the last days. There are wars and plagues and all kind of diseases. I mean, it's written.
All right, now we're going to get into this. Rural Americans aren't included in the inflation figures. Cost of living may be rising fast. Of course they're going
It's
to be
been,
rising.
it's been Rose.
The conversation when the Federal Reserve warns at the end of January 2020 to send interest rates will be guided by one of the bit of the data of the U.S. inflation rate. The problem is that state ignores a sizable chunk of the country. Rural America currently sitting at 6.5%. The rate of inflation is still high, even though it has fallen back slightly from the end of 2022. The overall inflation rate, along with core inflation, which strikes out highly violent to food and energy costs, is seen as a key to knowing whether the economy is heading up too fast and guiding the Fed as it imposed several large 0.5 percentage points interest rate increase in 2022. The hope is that rising the benchmark rate, which in turn increases the cost of taking out a bank loan or mortgage, for example, help reduce inflation back to the Fed target of
That's
around
the thing. It's
2%.
more about banks and the rich get rich and the poor getting poor.
That's always
Yeah.
been. It's
That's
always
all
been
it
the way.
is. The rich getting rich and the poor getting poor.
As long as these politicians.
And
who
still
keep-
no help for the people that needs it.
And they're not helping us with the prices going up even for food and gas.
Right?
No.
You see the gas prices went back up.
Right.
Egg prices is way up. All they keep talking about is eggs. Like the
No, let me
prices
tell you
of
something. I went
eggs
to
is
Walmart,
ridiculous.
and I went to Walmart yesterday and they had a special. Right? If you buy a dozen eggs, it was like almost $5. But if you bought 8, like you bought a carton of 18, it was only 6 cents. I bought the carton of 18 in it.
Cost of everything is going.
Hey, milk is cheap at Walmart. It's $2.48 a gallon. If anybody's wondering.
I seen a TikTok video. You guys. Shout out to Nas from the Gram. He said, if the landlords are going to raise the prices on rent, can they start putting new appliances in? I mean, if they're gonna start raising prices on things, can we get better quality of things?
I mean, look, if
I
the
mean-
landlord, look, I'm gonna say this for people that gotta pay rent right now. It's dangerous for the landlords to raise the rent right now, because in the end they're gonna lose money. You already have a lot of you already have
tenants,
a lot
money.
of condemned apartment buildings and houses around the Chicago area, and I'm
lot of
talking
them.
about just in Chicago because I know where most of them are at. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
To me,
But
at
you're
this
gonna, but
point-
the landlords want to raise the rent. What good is it you raise the rent? People can't pay the rent now. You got to condemn your building. You
And
can't
now
afford it.
those people are gonna be suffering and getting evicted. It's
Right.
gonna be more homeless.
I'm just saying. It doesn't
Pray
make
it
no
don't be
sense
that,
for these landlords to raise the rent right
Yeah. It's sad.
now.
It's
if you're gonna
sad,
do
you
that, you're gonna hurt
guys.
your own selves.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Think about it.
It's sad, you guys. It's terribly sad.
I mean, Anthony, how much longer before you graduate, bud?
I'm done.
Are you done? So when do you graduate?
I'm supposed to be on stage next month, actually. I can't do it this month.
Oh, you can't do it this half?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
I'm supposed to, but I'm not gonna be here.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
I'm supposed to go to Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have family over there, but I'm supposed to be there for like 5 days, and unfortunately, the 10th would have been one of those
Oh, I'm
days. So
sorry to hear that. You would have been with us.
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
But you graduated last month. No, what was?
yeah.
With us.
No, I've been with you for the last couple months while you're in school. So, what was the whole scenario like for you? The whole program?
I want to say my experience for the 8 months was that I think that when you start here, like when you're starting here, I think that you need to ask questions, like real questions. That first week or 2 weeks in class, you to make sure that it's towards what you're trying to go for. And I think there was like a lot of questions I didn't ask. I just felt like it was just a program that was easy and I would just
True.
get by, and I was
Yeah.
gonna learn new stuff. But somewhere down the line, you ask yourself, is this really where I want to go, or is this pushing me to be in that job line that I'm trying to be in? You have 8 months in this program, and you have to use it smartly, because your 8 months will go by real quick.
Mm-hmm.
The school don't determine anything of that sort, or don't really pay attention if you're on the right path to be successful. So you have to ask questions, and I felt like if you don't reach out and communicate with your classmates or your teachers, you do get behind. You do fall.
Right.
You fall short on homework or assignments that are due on certain days. And when you come into this school, you really got to understand that the resources are here after classes. You only come into class for 4 hours. After class, if you don't go to work, you should stay here for another hour or two. You have opportunities without noticing. You could run into people with the late night class, or you could run into people that literally just here just to look around and just want to see how the school is, that you never know they're hiring people. You know?
Right.
And one thing that I learned for here is that Wednesdays usually they try to bring in somebody that's a guest speaker, or somebody
Right.
that a company that
Right.
looking for workers. So the resources are here. You just got to put yourself physically here. I feel like if I was to redo it again, I would still do the like in person. I would not do the online.
Yeah, because you need hands on.
Yeah, you're handicapped.
You need hands on.
Yeah, it's really more hands-on here. But yeah, I learned that, and then towards the end, in the last 2 or 3 months, you just really gotta just
Grind.
It's grind,
Grind.
but it's you now.
But you know what? Another thing too is shout out to Illinois Media School, you guys, for this wonderful accredited program. it has opened up so many doors and opportunities. If this is something that you really want to get into, which is radio and TV broadcasting or video editing, or even setting up for concerts or things of that nature, they teach you a lot of
They
things.
definitely do.
Digital marketing, multimedia. We're learning making commercials, making music videos. I mean, you learn so much within those 8 months that you do have to be literally on your grind and paying
Right.
attention.
It's like I said, people. Let me get into this about the online music school. It is hard work. If you want a challenge in your life, and you're trying to do something in the media, this is the place to be to learn, because you can learn it all. Like she said, you can learn how to make commercials, PSAs. You learn how to work a camera. You learn how to be in front of one, behind one. You learn it all here. It's just you have to put in the effort to do it. You're not just gonna come here, screw around, and think you're gonna get a job in the media real quick. No, it don't happen that way. Because you gotta put in the work. Now, I've been on my show for 5 months, and I'm still trying to kick it off into something. So I'm not gonna give up. You know what I mean? I'm
Right.
gonna stay right here, concentrate on my show on LindyCityUnderground.com music station and my
Period.
music.
And beside this, yes, and you know what too? Beside
Nobody's
this
gonna talk me out
being
about giving up my spot, because that ain't never gonna happen.
no, and beside this being like a great platform, shout out WindyCityUnderground.com, Shy Bliss,
Big
for
shout out to
giving.
Shy Bliss.
Yeah, big
For
shout out to
giving
Shy
them
Bliss for giving us this
opportunities.
platform and letting us grow with this platform. Because what had happened is, just like we got to go on 312 Awards and vote for this radio station.
Right.
What happens is a lot of people are tuning in. And shout out to our listeners, you guys.
because I wanna-
Thank you so much for tuning in.
I want to bring up a point of that, because on my TikToks, I get a lot of people, and people are starting to notice. Like, I'm getting noticed out, like in Memphis, in Tennessee, Memphis.
Okay, Memphis.
I'm getting noticed in Georgia, in Detroit, in Chicago. People say they want to hear my voice. They say my voice is the most powerful gift I have. So I'm
Have
gonna
you
start
thought that your voice probably not even just the voice, is just your instrument?
Think of it like that. But they like what I have to say. They're very
Your
powerful.
voice is an instrument.
Right.
All of us, our voice
Yeah.
is our instrument.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
People want me to keep using my voice and keep using my power.
Because there's
Keep
people
using it.
out there that's is going through exactly the same thing we are, or think the same way we are.
Right.
They probably just don't have the courage to speak up like we do.
Right.
Right.
That's why I say
And a lot of
sometimes
people, you
our
know-
voice is not just our voice; it's an instrument.
Yeah, it is. It
I
is
didn't
our
think of it like that,
instrument.
but you are right.
It is our instrument because,
Because I use it to rap, I use it to sing, I use it to
Yeah.
talk on
Yeah.
the show.
and you know what? Thank God that He has given us the voice. And like I said, I thank God for the platform, because I look at this platform as a way to get what I need to say out.
Yeah.
Right.
And it also opens me up to a lot more things. I'm learning things, as I go along. And I love like working with you guys, and
Look,
being able to
this is the best.
speak
This is the
on
best.
a level
This
that,
is the
you know?
best. This is the best work crew I ever worked with.
Yeah.
I'm talking about I had a lot of jobs,
Yeah.
but this is the best. Crew.
I pray that one day we could get paid to do this.
Well,
That's
we're
what-
working on it.
That's
working
what-
on it.
Help me get
That's
some
what
business.
I'm working on. I'm
I've been
trying
doing
to.
some-
Help me get some business we can
I've been
promote.
doing
Help
some
me.
research on trying to figure out how we could get grants and stuff for this show.
Yeah.
For us to be able to do it and
Yeah, I
to,
asked her
you
to
know
do
what
that.
I'm saying,
Yeah.
to even help with jumpstart these programs we've been talking about. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I really want to do this mental health program.
Yeah, I
Because
do
as-
too.
Not just for the sake of others, but for myself. It's been days where I've been slipping mentally, and I've been acting out
Yeah.
like a way I shouldn't even be acting out.
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying? I
And
just
that's
really
when,
feel like,
see, now that's when I said too, when you're feeling like that, that's when it comes to a point where we should really stay. When people are trying to leave, we had talked about that with that hour afterwards,
Right.
to stay for that support group time and to be able to talk to each other and be able to
Sure.
say, okay, baby, what you going through? Is there anything you need help with? What has things been going? To get it all out, because that way you have that social network of team that that you can trust in, that we all going through. We all going through.
See, this show is like our support group.
Yeah.
That's our support group. We come together twice a week. We talk. We do stories. We do feedback. We talk. We laugh. We joke around. We get serious when we have to.
For sure.
So
Yeah.
this is like a support group for us, and to let the people know across the world what we go through, what we feel.
That's true.
I just feel like if the city officials not gonna do it, we gotta do it.
Right.
Right.
So
You
that's
have
why
to-
I say
yeah.
I really looking up them grants and everything so we can get this mental health program.
Did
Even
you
if
find
it
any
just
luck?
start.
Did you find out? Because I'll do the paperwork. Just tell me how to get it started. If you find any
Oh
luck.
yeah, for sure. I am. I'm gonna do some more.
I'm gonna look
research.
more into that too
Yeah,
as well.
Right.
we all have to.
And we all could kind of give
Even if
each
we
other
just-
good leads.
We just
Right.
start, like you saying, staying after school once a week and just having people.
And
come
that
and
helps
just,
too.
you feel me?
And I
Right.
I gave you guys all my numbers. I mean, you can utilize that number. Once again, 773-494-9135, you guys. Any of our listeners that might need to talk, anybody that needs to get it off their chest and going through anything, because yes, we go through
And
our
like I
ups
said,
and downs.
Let me do the shout out real quick. Like I said, if you have any mental health issues and you need to talk to somebody professionally, contact the Pilsen Wellness Center. You can Google for the nearest location. And
Yeah, I definitely
they'll
gonna make
help
me an
you.
appointment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Well, that'd be the best. They're very good.
I'm
They're very
already
good.
knowing it. I just feel like I want to do that for myself personally because, again, like I say, I've been slipping mentally, and the way my behavior has been as of lately to certain people is unacceptable.
Okay.
Not just towards them, but
Okay.
for me as a person.
Well,
You know
that's
what I'm
you
saying?
see, and you know what you did. The first part is to
That's
just
tough.
look into that mirror and say,
Right.
"I know what I'm doing wrong. Or I know
Yeah.
that I am going through this." And for you to do that, that's a big ups. Big ups for you knowing that you're going through something and admitting that you need help.
Yeah, I know.
And
know
if
I
you
do.
feel like peeing somebody, I charge. Turn that out. Look, I mean, 'cause I always wonder, I always wonder to myself, I say, well, is it really that you have to pay 100, somebody you need insurance to pay for someone to do the same thing we're doing to each other right now?
Right.
And,
That
Bree,
that psychiatrist that you're paying is getting paid all that money just for her to sit up there and write notes. I mean, this person is literally taking notes and don't have no good advice. You just listening, and then your hour is up. You're off the couch, and then what?
Yeah.
It's still saddened. I mean,
That time frame.
yeah, it's like did you get help with that? I mean, you just talked about it. You could talk about that to me. I tell you how you, at least I'll
Right.
talk back.
Sometimes professionals are not professionals.
Yeah, and I don't understand that. I would never pay. I would never do that. I could never pay for something that I can find in the nearest person who got a good heart, or
Right.
it don't take a degree to be a psychiatrist or give you an ear.
Yeah.
Because I don't I don't get it. I don't get how do they make so much money?
I mean,
I'm trying to figure this out.
I just
I wanted to
for
go to
me
school for that.
personally, I think I want to go see somebody professional because, like, don't get me wrong. Yes, I talk to my peers and everybody, but at the same time, I want somebody that's biased, that never.
You mean not biased.
I mean,
You want
yeah,
somebody
not biased.
I'm not biased.
No.
No,
She's
not
just saying.
you. I'm trying.
Just saying.
I'm
Say
just
she
saying.
wants somebody
No,
that's not
no,
biased.
I know, I
That's
know.
not biased.
That-
Like that's been in a different walk of life than I have. So not just also that they can help me pinpoint where not even just what I went wrong, but where my trauma really comes from. Because I think that's my biggest problem right now. I'm trying to focus and tackle everything head on instead of pushing it back to the back.
Okay. What do you think? Because I mean, I see. I should have been a therapist
Well,
myself.
let me ask Anthony a question. Anthony, what do you think about mental health in today's society?
Nah, just to make it simple and quick.
No, you don't have to make it simple and quick. Go ahead.
It's a lot. It's a lot of out of your control. If you are literally starting to see signs that you're not being yourself, that you're starting to do these random routines that are not normal, if you start saying stuff that you are not used to saying, and you're not looking for help or you're not helping out like you used to, then something's wrong. And honestly, it's not going to be one simple thing. It's just going to be multiple things that all collapse on you that you were never expecting. I feel like I went through this, and I feel like it's not gonna be one little thing. It could be one thing, and then it could turn out to be a domino effect on your whole life.
And I
You
think
know,
that's what I'm going through right now.
it could be your job one day, and then the next day it end up being your family, and then the next day it could be your partner, and then the next day it could be you trying to get to your job, and at the next,
Yeah.
and you keep on going through, and you're thinking, all this is literally killing me inside, and I'm trying to just keep on walking and pushing forward, but it's always going to bring you back down. And sometimes you have to share and talk to people and express it, because when you talk and you say this out loud, sometimes it sounds crazy or it sounds really not smart, and you're like, why am I doing this? And you have to ask yourself, why are you making these type of choices? Why are you walking like that? Why are you saying this? Why are you not doing what you need to do to make yourself happy? And honestly, in this life, we live a short-term life. Yeah, 50 years, 70 years, 80 years. Yeah, that seems so long, but in reality, it's not. There's people that are able to be 120. We can't even hit past 120 years old, but there's people that can.
Right.
That's a long time, in my opinion. Not anything below 90. That's not. We are babies and don't even have life or to do anything of our own power from the time we're born all the way until we're like 8 or 7. But we still don't have common sense of what life is. Still, we're still young. We can't do certain things. In the way that society has us is that when we turn 17, 18, we could smoke a cigarette. But when we turn 21, we could drink alcohol. But when we're 18, the thing is that we go to war.
I was
I,
gonna get to that point.
Honestly, if you're going to war at 18, then you're able to freaking drink.
That's what I'm
Because
saying.
you don't know how people salvage
That's true.
their inner like thoughts, and it's a lot. And honestly, I see my cousin go to the military. He did 6 years. He comes back, and I slept over his house for a whole week. That whole week, he's up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning looking at the window.
He got PTSD.
Yeah, and honestly,
Right,
I
right.
didn't know. I didn't think this was a thing, but like he's been like that for a whole year. And now he has a dog, he has support, he talks to us and he educates what he's gone through. Of course, he can't tell us everything fully that happened over there because there's so much dark stuff that nobody wants to remember. But you have to open up on how you felt about the situation and how you
Right.
felt about everything that's
Right.
going on in your life. If you don't share it to the whole world, I'm not telling you to promote it to the whole world. I'm just saying, say it out loud, scream it out loud, and see if it sounds right or wrong.
And one thing I want to say is you're not the only one going through.
Exactly.
You will find that so many of us are going through the same life situations and the same life problems. Some people have found coping mechanisms to deal with things, and that's the thing about it is finding like that coping mechanism. Like Bree says, she's going through something, and to stop, breathe, find that
Think.
coping mechanism, see how she can balance something out, what's going on, what's making that imbalance. What can we do to help her get to where she like if we were to help her, that's what the support group would do. Is try to get down to a middle ground. What's bothering her? What can help her get there? What can we do to help you get there? Um, is there a way you could set this aside? Maybe you need some me time, just me time.
Right.
You
I
know,
think, I think that that's probably one of the ways I do know. For
take a
sure,
long
yeah.
bath,
I
light a
need
candle,
yeah,
and
I
just
need to
sit
do
back.
that and relax.
Yeah,
Also, I know for a fact.
yeah. And God, stay prayed up.
I just told I forget who it was, but I just told somebody that I did something I haven't done in a long time, which is prayer.
Yeah, my
Which
girl.
is prayer.
Yes, God, I ask you to touch these people. Yes, God. Yes, my
It
God.
was like right after I did that, that's when I just did a whole reevaluation. of myself.
Yes,
I
yes.
got a habit of putting myself in stupid situations when I shouldn't have. And my behavior speaks for me putting my stupid self.
I want
in
to
that
tell y'all,
situation.
anybody, to all our listeners, if you remember just last week, my baby told us she did not believe,
I did
and she's
believe in
somewhat
God,
sort of
so
an atheist. So for God to touch her heart and let her pray, hallelujah! I am happy to hear that. Thank you, God. There is a God, and that right there is your first step to opening up your
Okay,
heart.
Naomi, I want to get
Yeah.
into something with you, something that you wanted to talk about on the radio earlier, and that was what's going on with your
Okay, you guys, I do before it's time to go, I want to talk about something that is a thing, and it has been a thing in the state of Illinois with the Department Children of Family Services. My daughter, she's fighting the system, trying to get her baby back. Granted that, she had a baby at 16, and granted that things did not go as well as we thought it would. We were all
Nothing
getting
ever does.
new to the fact that she was having a baby, who she had the baby with, or whatever the case is. But DCFS, you guys, have been a tremendous problem in a lot of parents' life, because one thing, they don't take the children that need to be taken out of the homes. But then when they have a healthy baby sitting in their face, they'll take this baby from their family, and we have to do all kind of fighting to get this baby back. DCFS do not help the ones. My daughter is a ward of the state, unfortunately, and she did not get the help that she needed. And in my eyes, the judge won't listen. The people, the court adjuster won't listen. The PD won't listen. No one will listen. And I want to raise awareness to that. If you have ever dealt with DCFS, please let me know. Call in and let me know. Or if you have any advice, you guys, on how to deal with them and proceed. We had a trial today for my baby and my grandbaby,
Now, what was
which they pushed the trial all the way to April. Now, the baby is 2 years old. The family that is trying to adopt her is a white family. I'm trying to get the baby back at home, and we're trying to see how we can fight for this baby and not give up. And if we do have to give up, I have to heal. My daughter is the one that suffers from mental health, and that's one thing that we had
Wait a
listened
minute,
to.
something ain't making sense. How can they just take this baby now?
No, they took the baby. The baby's been out of our custody for 2 years.
Oh.
So they took
I
the
didn't
baby
know
when
that.
the
I
baby,
didn't know that. I
right?
thought-
They took the baby when the baby was 4 months. Okay, and you guys
I just heard the
also
story. Yeah.
watch out for people. You never know who. Like we said, you always have to watch out for people. I have met a guy, and off a app, Plenty of Fish app, wrong app. I don't even know why I was on that app, but I met this guy. And this guy came into my home. I invited this guy into my home. I fell asleep, and he was in there bothering my daughter. And he touched my daughter inappropriately. At first, I didn't believe it, because the guy didn't even act like he was interested in me, per se. It was like he was, and I was confused. I'd never been through this. I didn't know what to think. And I'm mad at myself for letting my child go through it. I didn't believe my child.
Well, let me ask you a
He
question.
didn't seem like he would
No,
do it.
but
Well, let
here,
me ask you a question. How come they didn't give you custody?
Because I actually dealt with DCFS in my life, so I was not able to get my granddaughter. They said that I wasn't able to. They said because my children were taken from me, so they.
See, I don't believe how. Now, I can see it if the baby was in harm, it was abused, wasn't fed right.
And as y'all can hear on that court,
Yeah,
they said that
it was
they did
hers,
not
it was-
find that baby,
Oh.
nothing wrong with that baby. The only thing was when the DCFS came, my daughter,
Right, she got a little bit out of
she
control.
got out of control.
Which is
Which is
acceptable.
what-
Understandable. Y'all
You
You're
coming
coming to
together.
take her baby. Of course, she bit fault. She did. My daughter bit them, and she was 16. She was 16. Now, if you're taking a baby, you take a baby down from a child, and
They
this
gonna
is
go
a
crazy.
human baby.
Yeah.
So of course you're
But I
taking
don't
this baby, and
understand.
she
This
just.
baby was well taken care of. They should have never took it
Yeah.
in the first place.
But the lady said that she thought the baby was in jeopardy of harm. And it's
even
like-
after y'all did all y'all testing and everything,
And then
everything came
everything
back
went-
that the
Right.
baby was
Right.
fine.
Right.
They supposed to left y'all alone.
Right.
And they did not do that.
exactly.
They just said, forget us, forget the family. And that's where we're at with this. And that's why I'm trying to raise awareness and fight, for this. I'm trying to fight for my daughter. And DCFS have destroyed, like I said, a lot of families. I remember a story where they had a baby in a couch, and they were going, DCFS that went to this baby like 100 times, visit this family, and the baby winds up dead. But yet we have good parents here that you didn't even go check on that baby. You just snatched our baby, and I'm mad at the state of Illinois. If I had money, I would have a good lawyer to sue them.
I was
I
about
would
to say
sue
because it
the
sounds like
state.
the state is over abusing their
I
power.
would
on this one.
sue
In
I would sue
that case,
DCFS. Yeah,
They're overdoing
They
this
are
part.
Yeah.
using their power.
they are, and it's like they take black people, unfortunately, and treat them with such disrespect, and they don't treat no one with the proper, like we have
I
sense
don't
or
know how
something.
DCFS can treat black people like that when they have a lot of black people working
And that's the thing about it. It's those people, though. It's our
for them.
own
It's
people.
DCFS. They have a lot
It's
of
our
black people.
own
They got a
people.
white. They got a
Just
lot
like
of white
in
people.
all of
They got a
these,
lot of Mexican people.
just like in all of these,
Let's be realistic.
and just like in all of these government offices, it's your own people that would treat you and say, no, you can't have this, or no, you can't get help, no, you can't. And I am going to raise awareness. I'm going to fight for my daughter. I have been fighting, but DCFS make it so hard. So
Yeah,
hard. They make you want to give up, you know? Literally. They make you, and
So
a
they
white
put-
family, you guys are trying to adopt the baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They put this
They're
baby
trying to
up
adopt the baby.
adoption.
So,
And what's your purpose being a white family? What you adopting this baby for? Not saying you can't get a baby the good life and the stability and all that, but for real, what is white people? What's y'all motive behind?
and here this,
adopting
and this
black
baby is not going to
kids?
know that she's black. The only reason why she knows she's black is because my daughter do go on visits with the baby. But other than that, you can see the way the baby is being taken care of or whatever, that she should be with her family. She should be with her mother. My daughter was a great mom, even at 16. She was a great mom, and I hate that this has happened to her. I hate that this has happened to her. I regret that this has happened to her. I hope that someone reaches out and can help her. I'm like I said, I'm trying to raise awareness, and I will contact the news stations. I'm trying to contact the news stations to do a report. I will be doing a report on DCFS and what they're doing.
You should.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Because if there's nothing, that kid's 100% healthy. There's no reason why they should have took that
yeah,
kid.
they shouldn't have. They shouldn't have. But things happen, and like I said, I feel bad as a mom. That I couldn't do more and fight more for her, and because I wanted the cycle to break. Yes, I went through DCFS with my children, so my children were adopted by my cousin. Okay.
Well, at least it stayed in the family.
And yes, now this time it's not even in the family,
Right.
and they're trying to take this baby, literally my grandchild. So yes.
Now, what is your thought? What is your? I know your daughter's mad,
Mm-hmm.
emotional.
Yeah, and that's everybody's.
How are you
feelings.
helping her to cope with that
Right now, the thing is that she's getting, like we said, with mental health issues, she is getting the proper help that she needs as far as from the doctors and the
right now? Now, what does
medicine.
DCF want your daughter?
I talked to her, but she's very, sometimes still emotional about
Let me
it.
ask you a question. What does DCF want your daughter to do to get the kid back?
Well, what they're really saying is that the
Is
white
it a
people.
money-
What?
is it-
No.
is it a
What they're
money
saying
issue? Is it-
now, it's not even about money. They're just saying, oh well, the white people had her. Let the white people keep her.
No, again, it goes back to my statement.
Yeah.
What is the purpose of a
Yeah.
white couple adopting this black child?
And this is what
What's
they
your
do. This is
purpose?
what they do. They push
Your-
the date
these white
for
people
court
motives
months
in
and
my
months
eyes-
to make
my
the.
motive in my eyes is y'all adopting these white babies so y'all can force hate and racism on
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
For what though?
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
Let these kids be kids. Kids don't even see color when it comes down to
Yeah,
it.
no, that's true. But you still shouldn't take a baby from her
Exactly.
family unless it's much needed. And that baby was not abused or hurt.
Right, that's what I'm
I
saying.
feel like it's
That's what's-
wrong
and
that
that's
baby
what's
was
making
not
me
abused
mad.
or hurt.
That's what's really making me bad.
Yes,
mad
one
about the
incident
whole
happened,
situation.
and yes, one incident happened, and I wish I would have reacted a certain way when that guy did that to my daughter. I wish we
And
had
what
all
happened-
got into it about this guy and what happened to my baby, and I said, oh my goodness, at that time I won't lie, you guys, I regret the fact that I did not believe my child, you guys. And that's what happened. I did not believe her. I told her, baby, this man, he ain't like that. What do you mean? And I did not believe her, and I regret that.
But
When
still,
when a kid
again,
tells
So
you,
she snapped, and she snapped off. And when she snapped, instead of the police and everybody looking at her like, well, she's snapping for a reason, they just treated her badly.
which is stupid. And
Yeah.
again, I just don't get it.
Yeah.
The lady just said the baby is perfectly fine, no abuse, none of that.
Yeah.
Like, so, still,
Yeah.
again, what was y'all purpose of taking this child
Yeah.
from this lady?
Yeah, when
That's
they could
stupid.
have clearly
did
gave the
somebody call
baby.
a DC for something?
No, the police did. When the police came or whatever, that's what they were saying. They had questioned about what was going on. So,
Still, that's
and
So
she's
police-
by her already being a ward of the state that already
Yeah,
have.
yeah, I
She's
know what you're
already
saying,
under
right.
DCFS watch. So if anything happens to her, they're going to already be there. But instead of them handling the situation accordingly,
even if your daughter is under their watch or anything, them being a DCFS, they should know our back.
Right.
Her snapping out is because she's coming.
Right,
from the
and that's
emotional
what-
and a hurt
and that's
place.
what's
Right.
Y'all trying to take my baby? What
Right.
do you mean?
What? I'm gonna be mad too, flying off the handle.
yes,
Like that's
Yeah.
It's automatic.
It's just
yes.
at this point they just abusing their authority.
They're
Like,
abusing
they
their
do
authority,
whatever they
and then
want.
when you don't have no one to actually stick up,
and that's
for
the big,
you.
that's the biggest.
and
problem
everybody's
we have.
is railroading you. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
I know, I've
If
been
the
there.
caseworkers are not doing their job,
Not
the
that
lawyers
situation,
not
but
doing
I've
their
been there.
job, no one's doing their job. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And all I can say is they act like they don't want to give the child back. It's like, why are you keeping this baby? You
Because-
see what I'm saying? The
you
state
know,
is so
you know
full
what,
of crap.
I think
Oh, thank you.
you know what? I'm thinking that there's some kind of scam going on with AC.
It is.
It is.
Exactly.
DCFS is overcrowded. You know how many group homes my daughter has been in where they actually was so overcrowded, the group homes, that they had to no space for the children. Then they cut down a lot of the mental health places that they needed. They were putting, the group homes were so filled up, they were putting the children in psychiatric wards, making them go crazy.
Which is stupid.
Because they had no space for them. So if you had a bipolar issue, you're going to the mental hospital.
Right.
If you have anxiety, you're going to the mental hospital
Yep.
instead of putting you into a home, or instead of putting you into a place where you
You
can
know
get.
what's gonna happen when you go to mental health? All they do is give you some fucking.
And they
pills.
make you crazy. I've seen kids go in there, take medication, come out even worse.
Stupid. That's why
Because
I
you're
think
trying all
smoking
these medications on these children. You're not even trying to figure out what the problem is or why they're going through stuff. You're just putting them on drugs.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's why I don't do drugs. I don't like drugs.
Yeah.
Just give me weed. That's it.
yeah.
Because
It's
I know
sad.
where my weed come from. Point
Yeah.
blank period. And
DCFS is
technically,
wrong. State of
weed-
Illinois is you
y'all can
wrong.
Stop saying weed is a drug, because baby, it is not a drug.
Weed
It
is a
plant.
medicine.
It's
It
a
don't
herb.
kill you. It do not kill
It
you.
does
What?
not kill
You
you.
talking
Yeah.
about marijuana?
Yes,
Yeah.
we
Look,
are.
Oh, weed does
Weed
not
makes
kill
you do
people.
little dumb things, but it does not make you go suicide.
But
or
it
make
depends
you
on what kind of person
overdose.
you is. You a
Yeah,
goofy,
but-
you a
Wait,
goofy.
wait, let me say this about, and this is something I do know about marijuana and weed, cannabis, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Excuse me, Lord. But it's not for everybody.
No.
No, it's not
It's
for
not.
everybody.
It's not for
Don't get me wrong.
everybody.
It makes
Yeah.
some people paranoid.
It's not
Those-
for
those
everybody.
heart problems.
Yeah.
It's not for
Yeah.
everybody, but at the same time, it's the best medicine you can ever have when you have medical.
It
problems.
So if you're the type
Look
person,
it up.
if you're the type of
It
person that
is.
smokes weed and gets scared and paranoid and doing,
Not me.
That's
then
not
you
for
cannot-
you,
then
yeah.
it's not for you. Get
That's
off.
not
I get
for you.
chill, relax, it
Right.
calms me down.
Right.
It makes my anxiety
It makes
go
me
down.
calm.
I
Yeah.
don't have no back pains most of the time when I'm high.
Yeah.
Like for real, like do
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah.
Let somebody tell you weed is a drug. You go do your research, and I guarantee you it's gonna pop up. Dr. Sabi going to the Supreme Court, letting people know weed is a cure for almost anything out here in this world.
Yeah.
You know what's the only argument that people bring up about the weed thing and why it's so addicting supposedly? Because
Chong them got a whole documentary about weed in the United Kingdom and all that. Man,
They sure
read y'all
do.
history.
but
Read y'all
the
research.
little comparison that they try to use it is the you know how cocaine comes
The
from a plant,
gateway
so they
to
try to
drugs.
compare it like, oh, it's off of a plant, and it's like it's
Even if it is off a plant of a herb, look at your research.
right.
Marijuana cured cancer, AIDS, back problems,
Right.
respiratory problems. What has cocaine cured?
Other than messing up your body.
Actually, let me. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Because
okay.
that was a
Oh, no,
drug
no,
that
no,
should have
it-
been
it-
left alone.
It's
You
it's
don't
a
do
weird.
everything off a plant.
It's a weird help. It just keeps you up, and I'm doing the fingers thing for people that can't see, but the bunny
Yeah,
ears.
Yeah, that's why they
it
take
helps you
cocaine.
stay
Yeah.
up
Them opioids,
and take a
no,
dump.
No. Y'all can keep them opioids.
if you really think that that's what
It
helps you
is.
for.
Help you
Hey,
stay
you gotta
healthy.
realize something. All these drugs used to be legal back in the day.
That's my
Cocaine
point.
was used for surgeries to numb patients.
Exactly.
To non-patients, it
And it
was
started in Miami.
Just
Why
like
you
here-
think Miami, how
No,
Miami
no,
got
no,
big?
Opioids.
The coke trade goes back to the country
No,
western days.
I'm saying as
For
far
the
as
government when they
coming
used
to
it.
the
Right.
coming to America, it started in Miami.
No, it didn't.
Where it started at then?
All these drugs used to be legal back in the country days before there was a Miami.
That's what I'm saying. Even before all that,
That's what I'm
when the
saying.
cocaine started coming to the United States, what was the first city?
I
wasn't
think it was
I just
Miami.
told you,
Miami.
it was
Yeah,
not
it
Miami.
was Miami.
I'm saying when it first came
When
to
it
the
first
United
came to the United States,
not
what
just the
you said.
Western in the
I'm talking about the
United
country.
Kingdom.
I'm talking about the
Kingdom,
country
hold
western
on.
days here in America.
Yeah.
Coke was coming in. Coke, weed, opium was all coming in before Miami was even invented.
How you think Miami got started though? That's what I'm saying.
You're
It
going-
Right.
started
She's talking about from the
cocaine.
cartel,
Exactly.
from the
Not
from the
just-
Colombians
I'm
and the
going back to when
Mexicans.
it very first
No,
started. When it
I
very,
know
very
what you
first
Right,
saying.
you're
like,
going
when
back
you
there,
very
but we
first
talk
started,
right.
yeah,
She
we
said
understand
once
that.
it finally
I'm saying as
escalated.
far as
Oh, you're
with
going
the-
back to the 80s and 70s.
Yeah, with the black market
Right.
of
Right,
everything,
right,
not
right.
just the regular market,
Right.
but
Right.
the black market of
Right.
everything.
And
It
when the
started in
government
Miami.
dropped-
exactly,
The
it
government,
started in
yeah.
Miami.
I was looking at, remember when Reagan was president, and when that's when it was all
what I
coming
was trying
down,
to get at,
right?
Yeah,
When they were saying say no to drugs,
All
and then
that.
the government was putting crack cocaine out here,
And then even at that time,
messing up
then,
our people.
Even at that time, then it was still cases where
Yeah.
people was treating a lot of their stuff with marijuana, and
Yeah.
they got cured
Yeah.
versus getting treated with cocaine and they just overdosed or got killed themselves just by
Right.
doing stupid stuff.
Right,
Right.
that's true. That's
So,
true.
for all y'all out there that say marijuana is a drug, it is not. It is a herb, it is a plant, and it comes from earth. Do your research.
That's
It is a
true.
medicine, you guys.
Exactly, it is a medicine.
And you guys, this is Windy City Underground.com. Your music, your station.
I want to give a shout out to Ray's T-shirts on 61st and Pulaski.
Shout out to Ray.
If you
Big shout
if
out
you
to
want
Ray
good
Ski.
T-shirts made, go see Ray and his lovely staff on 61st
Ray
and
Ski.
Pulaski, and they will give you a deal. Ray's T-shirts, everybody.
That's
Ray's
big
t-shirt, you
aka
guys.
Big Raysky.
Ray's t-shirt. Shout out to Coleman's Barbecue, you guys, who got some great barbecue food. You guys, right there on Chicago Avenue in Menard. Also, THC Shativa, you guys, go check out THC Shativa. THC Shativa is a marijuana sit-down place. They have good edibles, good
I
ice
need to go
cream,
there
good
now.
slushies. It's right
It's a
there
sit-down
on
place?
Milwaukee and North Avenue. They have
that
great
place out.
herbs. They have great herbs.
So you can sit in there
THC
and smoke?
Shativa. You can't smoke. You can smoke outside and come back
Oh,
and
you
sit
said it
down.
was a sit-down place.
Well, not sit down and smoke, but you can
Oh.
sit down
I'm
and
gonna be
order.
bored.
You can order the weed and smoke, and then come back and
infused-
sit down and
basically-
eat.
It's basically
Right.
infused food.
It's
THC.
infused cookies,
Okay, I
slushies.
see what you're
It's an
saying.
Yes.
infused restaurant.
Yeah.
So shout out to THC Shativa's right there by North Avenue in Milwaukee. Also shout out to the Subterranean, where there's a Sub T is the venue
Hey,
for
they
all
used
of
to
us
be busting
local
every
rappers.
Thursday.
Yes, yes,
Reggae
Sub T.
night. I used to be in that bar every Thursday.
Yes.
Oh,
Anthony,
bro.
where can everybody find you at, man?
I haven't really set up yet.
Oh, all right.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have that by next week or Friday, actually. So
Mr. Analytics right here.
Mr.
Mr. Analytics in the house tonight, y'all. Today, y'all, rather.
So
Yes,
what's
sir,
your thought? Now we talked about mental health, but Anthony, what is your thought about the violence and chaos around the city? Get into it.
like, when it comes to my opinion on this, it's a straightforward thing, and I really don't want to say it, but
Say it.
It's
we-
OG real talk.
when COVID hit, we had a president that was willing to do stimulus. We had the government that was willing to help out, and we had PPP loans. We had a lot of resources
Trump,
for everyone to
Trump,
come
Trump.
up and to literally try to flip it. Now, when
PPPs.
when COVID started slowing down and
Yeah, we
everything
broke.
started reopening, that's when it seems like we all want to take advantage of saying, no, we want to continue this help. We want to keep on being helped by the government and not do that much. Like, I just feel like when COVID was slowing down. Nobody really wanted to really go back and do stuff because this was literally a free ride. The thing is that when everyone starts going back to the real life and real reality of things, everyone's gonna start thinking, well, what were we doing during the whole COVID? You know, we had an unfortunate event with Black Lives Matter that everybody was looting and people that look, you had, in my opinion, you looted, it was for the reasons. I'm not gonna take away that. But this has been a year, been 2 years already, and we're still looting because we feel like we could always go back to that. But right now, it's really sensitive to really bring this up and to really talk about it because so many factors play into it. There's no right and wrong, but the wrong part, in my opinion, is that the government has managed to always bring us down instead of trying to rise us up. And
Right.
I just feel like people get desperate.
Yeah, say it again.
Like it's just realistic, and it's just like every time that we try to rise, the government managed to bring us back down, and it's hard. We're in America that people say you could make it with nothing. Yes,
So-called.
Oh yeah.
So-called free.
so-called.
So-called free, but like I said, they're slowly taking away our rights, as you can see. They can follow us anywhere. They can listen to everything. we
Technology
do.
has evolved really
And they can listen
bad.
to you from 5 miles, 10
And
miles away.
but the thing is that look, you have the technology to listen to us. You have the technology to follow us. But why can't you ever hear in the news saying FBI agents cracked down on a warehouse that was about to plan to kill or rob something really big? You never hear it until it's too late, and now they want to do the
No,
research.
because the law is they
It-
have to catch you in the act. They can't go by.
I
hearsay.
get that, but sometimes the thing is too is that if you know a warehouse that people are doing stuff bad, why would you wait until something happens? Why don't you figure out how to just go through it
Yeah.
all? You know, if you guys are willing to do illegal stuff to normal people, then do it to the bad people. Why do you have to wait for bad people to be bad, knowing that they already have a whole game plan versus people that normal people don't even have a plan or not even thinking about any of that, but worrying about how they're gonna feed their kids, how they're gonna get to work, how they literally trying to just feed themselves at a point.
There's a lot of people out there that don't have jobs that have families.
And literally, yeah, and they get, yeah, and the thing is that when you put somebody in a really bad corner, people are gonna really start thinking stuff to get them out of it, but it's not sometimes
You got
positive.
people out there that owe house payments. They gotta pay bills and they can't get a job, so they gotta do what they gotta do.
It just sucks. Like I can't really say like there's right and wrong here. At the end of the day, it goes back to the government. It goes back to our society. What's really our resources? What really helping us out? What's really gonna make us improve? Like I'm at zero right now. I didn't pay my rent or bills. Okay, I go get a job. Cool, but I don't get paid until 3 weeks.
Right.
When you start a new job, let's be realistic. You gotta wait 3 freaking weeks. You wait 3 weeks, cool. You think that one check's really gonna survive you? Cause you still a month. Let's say hypothetically, I'm a month behind on rent. So my first check for 3 weeks went to that. Okay, my next check is another 2 weeks. That's a month and a week. I'm already
To
a
play
home,
catch up,
and
yeah.
I'm catching up.
Right.
I pay off with that second check. Boom. Now I still owe this month, and I'm already a week behind off of it. It's hard to say they're helping us versus there's these little things that hiccups that just like it's
Speak
not
on it.
making it smooth. It's not smooth.
Speak on that.
It's really not,
Yeah.
you know.
You
But
gotta speak on that.
yeah, it's just it's
Not to
hard.
mention all of the jobs. You know how many literally job interviews I went on? And why is it that you could go on these job interviews and they won't call you back even if you don't get the job?
Right.
Even if you don't get the job, they won't call you back. I think it should be a limit of applicants they should have to give us all a fair chance of getting the job that you want to get or that you're trying to get.
You wanna know why?
I see at Walmart. So they say Amazon is hiring all the time, but I never see no one. I've applied a couple times.
UPS too.
UPS is like that. Amazon is like that. Walmart is like that. It's a lot of jobs out here claiming they're freaking hiring. You go and you cannot get an interview with them. When you do get an interview with them, you're not going to get the job because there's so many
Or you don't
trying
even
to
get a call
apply.
Right.
Right.
There's so many
We'll call you
applying.
back, But
Yeah.
we called you
But
back
let
with the
me-
little not
Yeah.
for shortness or with a smile. We just know
All right,
off
let me
the bat you're
clarify
not
some-
gonna call me
Let me
back.
clarify something about companies and jobs where they don't call you back. Because for them to call you and tell you don't have a job is a waste of their time. So if you don't get a call with them within a week or two, then you're not going to get that job. Move on to something else.
It shows me that everybody be lying.
That's why you
It
got to
just
follow
shows me
up.
that a
Like
lot of
if-
people do not
If
be.
you fill out an application for a job, you
Well-
call that job within a day or two to find out the status of that application.
Right. But if you're at the interview and they tell you, oh, well, don't call us, we'll call you, we'll
'em
let you
anyway.
know by 2 days.
I'm not gonna lie. There was one little situation, not situation, but there was one thing that my brother did. He's 19 years old. He said, "I want to work at UPS because of the benefits," and I was like, "Cool." He's like, "Well, I applied and I'm waiting for a call, but you know what? After 2 days, I'm just not gonna wait. They haven't called him back." He literally showed up 5 days in a row and said, "I'm not gonna wait for a call. Are you guys hiring? Yes or no? My application's here. I just want to know yes or no." He showed up for 5 days, literally told the front office, and then on the 5th day they said yes, and they hired him right there and then. But I was thinking to myself, maybe that's what they want us to do, is to be thirsty for it and act like we need it, we need to breathe it, and we need to shit it out like it's our life. I get that why companies act like certain ways, but if you really want me to take it as it's like I'm part of your life and I'm part of your business, then you know, like, just I don't know. It's just there's just certain miscommunication sometimes. But what my brother did, I just felt like that might have been the smartest move to do.
Yeah, I think it
Pressure
is.
them.
Pressure them.
Put
You gotta
them.
pressure them.
Tell them if
Call
you
them
guys
every
are
day. I
if you
need
guys
this
have a
job. I'm
sign out
sorry. I
here.
need this job. You said it
Right.
was hiring.
There's a
Why you
sign out
not
here.
up?
Then why you're not hiring me?
Right.
Is